This is my M333 final project. The topic I chose for this presentation was trauma and healing. When I first began thinking up ideas of how to create this visual artifact, I figured I would just talk about the car accident I had my junior year of high school. However, when I began working on the project, I realized that the accident was just a short moment in a long period of time that helped define who I am as a person today. So instead of simply focusing on that one bad point in my life, I decided to go a little deeper and tell even more of my story. So here it is. My junior year of high school. A year of my life I wish I could completely erase. It began with a job I absolutely hated. But a job was a job, so I stayed. My junior year, there were family issues, a horrible, awful volleyball coach, a crazy boyfriend, time spent with the wrong friends, a car accident, a death, and a terminal cancer diagnosis. Reflecting back on all of these things isn't easy, but these experiences are what have made me the person I am today. While I hate most of them, I am so thankful for them as they have allowed me to grow. My friend Ross was taken to the hospital for a routine heart evaluation. He was born with a hole in his heart and had to go to the University of Michigan once a year for his checkup. The doctors said that everything was fine and he would be heading home in the morning. As fate would have it, Ross did not even make it through the evening. Ross died on October 1st, 2008 at 8:50 p.m. His friends found out the next day during school. Some of us found out in the cafeteria, and others were added to a list and called out of class to hear the news. It was devastating. One of our dearest friends, who had just turned 18, had lost his life, and none of us were given the opportunity to say goodbye. About a month after Ross's passing, I was in a car accident. A really bad car accident. Just my luck, the man that witnessed the entire thing was an off-duty police officer. After he opened my door, the very first thing he said to me was, "Man, somebody up there must really be watching after you. I don't know how you're okay." I knew that somebody was Ross. Things progressively got worse. It wasn't until we rushed my best friend Allie's dad to the emergency room one Saturday morning that I realized something had to give. He spent weeks in the hospital going through so many tests. Finally, after 4 long weeks, we got the news. It was stage 4 intestinal cancer, and we had no idea how long he was going to live. It was in that moment I decided I needed to take charge of my life. So I did. I ended up winning first team all conference for softball, breaking up with that crazy guy, and focusing all of my time and energy into my schoolwork. My job at Circuit City ended since the company filed bankruptcy, and I got a new job at DSW. A few weeks later, I even added a second job at Notre Dame to my plate too. I decided to make my senior year the best year of my life. I worked harder than ever before. I got my grades up, got accepted into my dream school, won a scholarship for future teachers, was captain and recipient of several awards for volleyball and softball. I went to several proms and dances and was even on homecoming court. And most importantly, I finally decided that it was time for my closest and best friend, the person who had helped me through everything my junior year, to finally become my boyfriend. During my junior year, I thought things would never get better, but I was so wrong. Then, during my senior year, I thought things couldn't get any better, and again, I was so wrong. In August of 2010, I packed up everything I could and moved 4 hours south to IU. I made 3 of the absolute greatest friends imaginable and had a blast living in Briscoe. Even though it was run down, smelly, filled with cockroaches and mold, I couldn't imagine living anywhere else. I'm still incredibly close with Allie. Bob, her dad, passed away on August 20th, 2010. I remain extremely close with the girls I met on my floor. I still work at DSW and have since accepted a promotion at my job at Notre Dame. I'm proud to say that I have been the assistant manager for the past 2 summers and will be heading into my 3rd summer here shortly. William and I are still together and really looking forward to not being 4 hours away from each other. Every single day, I am thankful I've made it this far in life, and I know that without that painful year, I would not be the person I am today. Now, at the end of my junior year of college, I still find it hard to believe that I ever made it through that year. But I am so incredibly blessed and have become so strong from all of those bad times. Because of these experiences, I am often able to help others through difficult times, and that means the world to me. The best piece of advice I have ever been given came from Bob on the very last visit I made to him before he was no longer able to communicate. He said to me, "God places his heaviest burdens on those he made strong enough to carry them." I live every single day with this thought in mind. Thank you for allowing me to share my story.